Yes, sir. As you can see, I'm so icy. Yes, sir. It's time to get saucy. Sauce Gardner is now an Indianapolis Colt. Oh, did somebody say we lost on Sunday? Yeah, okay, whatever. On to Atlanta, aka Berlin. So much to talk about. Chris Ballard, you are the GOAT. I know how y'all have felt about him in the past, but please, please, please get a man this respect. Sammy, start me up.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. And Bill Show.
Intercepted! Marlon Jackson! Marlon's got it! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Marlon Jackson with the interception! He picked off Tom Brady!
The sickest Indianapolis Colts podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Yes, sir. It's going to be sick. The sickest Indianapolis Colts podcast. You know what time it is. But before we get into the show, Chris, please pay the bill, sir.
Absolutely. Game on. Week 10 starts now. Matter of fact, it started today, but we're going to talk about that later. And every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football. It's first touchdown fireworks, anytime TD rushes, and live bets that ride every momentum shift. At DraftKings, every play is your next shot to win. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's SICKSPORTS as you see beneath right there in the green letters. That's code SICKSPORTS to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Yes, sir. And now let me officially get the show started with, here we go. That is the official sound of the anvil. That means we are live and we are here to talk Colts football. And oh my God, I'm so icy. I'm so saucy. Whatever you want. Sauce Gardner to Indianapolis is by far the biggest trade we have ever done since the team came to Indianapolis. And that's including Eric Dickerson. That's including DeForest Buckner. That's including Vontae Davis. It hasn't gotten bigger than this, bro. Who in the hell, please tell me, who in the hell has Chris Ballard become? Because this is not your father's or your uncle's Chris Ballard. This is a brand new man.
I want apologies to Daddy. I want apologies right now to my daddy.
First off,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What's up, Sam?
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
That is insanity.
Complete insanity. But you know what? Like I've been saying, man, listen, I will not steal your claim to fame. That is your father. I won't be saying that for numerous reasons. However, but I have been saying in all of Twitterverse, that's my GM. Almost in the TO fashion. Not tears, but almost in the TO fashion. That's my GM. And everybody said, Clyde, he's probably going to be his normal self, which means he doesn't do much. And then guess what he does? He goes and uproots probably a 1A top 3 corner in the league and says, you know what? If you want to beat Pat Mahomes, if you want to beat Josh Allen, if you want to go deep into the playoffs, you got to be able to cover, because it's great to put pressure on guys, but these guys get the ball out of their hands like that. So let's cover them and see if this coverage sack thing can now turn Latu into a monster, and they're on. And now I open the floor to you guys. Boys, how do y'all feel?
Golden.
Look at Matthew Banks.
Golden.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Good job, Matthew.
That's crazy.
Hey, I own the Daniel Jones. I changed changed my Twitter name to Colts Crow Eater, so y'all can apologize to Daddy.
First off, you're getting kind of crazy with
You're
apologizing.
getting
Daddy.
in. It is.
But I'm gonna stay saucy. You see it? You see it? We bling blanging out here, baby. Because and look, before we even jump deep into the episode, let's talk about the character of a Josh Downs. Just saying, look, bro, this is not me, I guess in any kind of way, like, putting you above approach or putting you on some pedestal. But look, one ain't nothing that I need to even trip off of. You got one, I'm gonna take two. Me and my brother gonna rock two. We gonna be good. And we just coming into it. You can tell this team is ready to roll. This is the most let's go get something done move that you can possibly make, because we've talked about potential trades and it was never this. Reek Woolen, great, awesome. But Sauce Gardner, holy shit. Top dog since 2022 when he entered the league when it comes to on-ball defense, deflections, lowest passer rating against him. Like, the dude's a monster, bro. I know he got one pick. We'll talk about that later. But it's probably because you don't really mess with him. But Chris, go ahead, man. Talk your shit, bro. Pop off.
No, this is and you know what? I will absolutely say it's just like I will give Chris Ballard his flowers, because this was an absolute hell of a move. Like we've talked about Chris Ballard making some uncharacteristic moves this offseason, during the season, like Jermaine Pratt, Mike Hilton, having Xavier Howard, these guys. But this right here, with the same guy that claims to love those draft picks, and being able to give those draft picks up to make sure that you're going after proven commodity, because you know that you have a team that right now is ready to compete. And like you got like this move right here for me. Like, I know that we're talking about, are we in win now? Are we in win now? This was a win now move.
Absolutely.
Like this is a move that lets you know, just be like, not only are we looking to go to the playoffs, win division, but we're looking to have that number one seed from now until the end of the regular season, and then get that first round bye. I love this move from Chris Ballard. And I mean, honestly, like I said, I know that it's a lot of them. I do, however, and I don't know whether you're going to go to this, but I do feel like this was Chris Ballard with Carly Ersay behind him with the marionette strings, just being like, yes, this is exactly what we do.
I don't care who was in the room with him when he made the calls. Make it straight, because this move in itself has absolutely almost solidified so many different things. Number one, Daniel Jones is now the QB of the near future for this squad, because we just gave up 2 first rounders. So that ain't something we're looking into unless you find a gem, deep in the draft class. And you're most certainly now going to bring AP back, not because of the relationship that they share, but because you understand how and why you went and made that move. You're not going to bring a piece in like that to then lose another integral piece. Like, this is positioning, this is playing chess well before you need to go ahead and check and or king the guy. We're playing chess early, and like we're just thinking about how to get the board positioned, to make a mighty play going forward for this year and the years in the near future, to come. So man, this is so incredible, man. Like I'm telling you right now, for all the days that we've been Colts fans and we have seen off seasons not go our way, we have seen some dysfunction when it comes to being too loyal to terrible coordinators and not bringing in players, and you can just name it. This almost instantly gets you together. It's like taking a shot of vitamin C or what's that thing you take before the winter hit?
B12.
Nah, not B12. It's the shit that you can buy so you don't get a cold. But it's like a vitamin C pack. But anyway, it's like
airborne or whatever.
It's like airborne. Look, we kicking it because we kicking the stigma, not the mental health thing. Let me not, point to that. But I'm saying we kicking the stigma that we're not going to be a competitive team and not make moves when there's needed to be. This is the move. Pat, how do you feel, bro? How do you feel?
I am beyond the moon. And it's very simple. Last several years, everybody, all three of us and every other media head out there was screaming, Oh, we need that lockdown corner. We need that lockdown corner. Coming this draft, me and Chris, we was big on getting defense, getting somebody on defense to help because we knew that back end was hurting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And our way to fix it is to disrupt the quarterback. You know, with quick, hard hitting talent. That's why we wanted old boy up from Alabama. So Sunday you hosted a space, Clyde, and I brought up the fact because we was talking about Thibodeau.
Yeah, Kevon. Yep.
And I said, well, you know, if he entered the draft knowing what you know now, would you spend your first round pick on? Everybody said, hell yeah. No, and now and this is a question I want everybody out there that's listening to me, ask yourself. Would you trade up to get this guy knowing what you know now? Now, when he was drafted in 22, he went number 4 overall. Yeah. That's how damn good this kid is. But now that you've seen him at this level for 3.5 years, would you trade up to get him? Because if you trade up to get him, it's going to cost you more capital. Just like this trade did. F them picks.
Less need in the building.
Picks.
Less needs in the building.
We got a lockdown, easy top 3 corner in this league. And we got him for the next 5.5 years under contract. Crazy. We don't have to worry about contract being due. We don't have to worry about nothing.
That's
Son,
crazy.
Come on in here. We want to show you this playbook, and then we're going to just release the dogs. This is it. This is what 2 pieces we've been truly missing. That consistent, smart quarterback play and lockdown corners.
James, I definitely think that we were all in on Trey Hendrickson for the right number, for the right price, for the right whatever. But I mean, Cincinnati was playing hardball, and that's fine because this is what this now does. I think that if you emphasize pass rush, before I kick it to Chris, if you emphasize pass rush, you're also saying that you were completely comfortable with our cornerback room. And I don't know if I was completely comfortable, but I was definitely adamant. I thought they could get the job done. The reason why I was in on Trey Hendrickson more than anything is because he was a Lou guy, and I know that would instantly help Latu, unlock himself even more, even though he had a great game in Pittsburgh. But what this does now, and as I had a chance of really thinking about it over the last 4 hours, like I said, bro, like if you can cover the guys that you need to cover, pressure now becomes more imminent because they have to hold the ball longer. And we're talking about, receivers like Worthy, Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, and like these guys that are just in and out of breaks quick. And, they want to do a whole bunch of mesh concepts and, get them crossed up on linebackers and all that. But if you could play a dime where you're going to have, I mean, come on, man. I don't even know what Lou will do, but if you got Shavarius, now Sauce, Kenny, Mike Hilton, Cam, Nick Cross. Oh my God, bro!
Like Jones looked great.
Jalen Jones, Mekhi Blackman, and I'll stop it there because somebody's got to go. Like, there's people that now have to go to the practice squad. Lamons, you've been great. High five, thank you, boss. Edwards, Jonathan, you've been awesome. Nice, like Pat. Good job, my guy. But it's time to now go see yourself to the normal place you should be. But Chris, and I'm just thinking about, oh my God, what can we do in the secondary? But what do you think this front 4, 6, if you will, if you count the linebackers, how do they feel? I feel like a huge stress is like lifted on them because now they're like, yeah, man, I dare y'all to try to go quick now because we got guys who can cover. What you gonna do?
Yeah, and I think in us, like, if you see the way that it's lighting up now, right? Because it's not just the front 4 or front 6 now. It's the front 4 moving forward. You have 2 years where you're not paying him the full amount of his contract. You're paying him $625K this year, 9.25 next year. You're only paying him $10 million over a 2-year span.
Nasty.
So now, guess what? If you wanted to add another pass rusher, that's going to make that pass rush even more lethal, knowing that you already have the guys back there and everybody is under contract. So ultimately, when it comes down to what this team is going to look like we saw Latu in this last game, 2.5 sacks. And that's with Jalen Jones being back, being able to hold DK Metcalf to just 6 yards on 1 reception total the entire day.
Facts.
So now, guess what? You are like I said. So if Sauce plays this weekend or not, then that means coming out of the bye, you're going to have Ward on one side, Sauce on the other, Kenny in the slot, and on top of that, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have what's the name? You're going to have Jalen Jones. And this was something that I just mentioned that I just thought in my mind of minds. The one position that we've had trouble covering this whole entire season has been tight end. You throw Jalen Jones in there in a dime package on a tight end. Do you know how flipping difficult it's going to be for a quarterback to do anything, especially when you know for a fact that Latu was just missing by this much, and now he's starting to come along with that?
Hey, man.
That's going to make this defense as a whole, when healthy, has the makings to be number one. And that's number one going into 6 games where we're going to be playing a whole lot of teams that like to pass a lot.
Hey, man, before we continue, because we're definitely going to talk a little bit about the Pittsburgh game. But, Sammy, could you please cue the goon?
Robbery. Not only are you getting 2 first-round picks back, you're giving up an enormous salary. So the Colts are giving away 2 first-round picks for a corner who has a big salary and hasn't quite played up to expectations. This is a desperation move by the Indianapolis Colts. Sauce Gardner, at his best, is a really good player, but he's not worth 2 number ones. And in no way, shape, or form has he played close to that. I just think the Jets fleeced him by getting 2 ones.
What? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
A bullshit.
Play it again, Sam.
Okay, because look, man, here's the deal, bro. Let's cut the shit. Where do I start? First thing that people have been saying on the Twitters is that, well, Sauce only has 1 pick in his whole career. Am I correct in saying that? Like 1 pick in his whole career?
2. I think it's 2.
2. Okay, 2 picks in his whole career. Well, here's the deal. And then and there are plays, i.e. the AD play from last year where Sauce got beat and this, that, and the other. And so everybody's human. But you probably only got 1 or 2 picks because you're not giving him the opportunity to pick the ball. When people throw the ball at him, they have to be dead on the money to their guy. And guess what he's going to do then? He's just going to knock it out their hands. That's called being a shutdown corner. I mean, the same way people like to get way caught up on, well, how many sacks does one guy have? And if he's not getting the sacks and he's supposed to be a pass rusher, then is it really meaningful? Yeah, because we've had Latu and we've seen how that was. So he doesn't always complete the sack, but we know what kind of hell he can bring. He's going to make lives very difficult for receivers. And like Pat said when he was in his segment, 2 first-round picks. Mind you, when we have the mentality of we're hoping to be picking 26 and greater for the next however many years, we're not trying to be the middle of the tier like we've been 14, 15, 12. Definitely ain't trying to be a lottery. I'm not saying that you can't find value there, but what I'm also saying is fuck those picks, bro. Because you know what? If this was a move, i.e. desperation, like he said, that would be this team is really not competing yet. And we think we have a chance, but we're just slightly above 500. No, we've been a dominant squad. Even in our egg laying of last week, we've been a dominant squad. And this team is ready to win now.
We are still on top of the entire AFC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and we're still leading, and we're still leading by the division by 2
move.
games. Like,
yeah.
We got Ward coming back off the IR. We got Jones back. No, this is not a desperation move.
Way far. What's up, Ray? I hope that you are off of the tangent that you've been on the last couple of days. Welcome to the show. Ray been crashing out, my guy. Hopefully this has allowed you to settle just a bit. And look, for anybody who really loves draft picks, I'm not here, to crap on that. I understand the value that you get in drafts. But a lot of times we get caught up with the number just because it's the number. I hate what I'm about to say. I really do. But I'll take the New England Patriots way any day when you're constantly putting out a team that can go win it. New England never gave a shit about a first round pick because they was always like 26 or greater. When you're 26 or greater, guess what? That means you're going deep into the playoffs every year. And yeah, you might find a gem at 26, 27. Cool. But you can also find that pick in round 2. Chris Ballard's been amazing in round 2. And that's the one thing he has going for him. He has been amazing in round 2 and 3. So you know what? He's probably done better outside of the give me picks, Quentin Nelson, Tyler Warren. He's probably been better in rounds 2, 3, and beyond
in the later rounds
than 1. So let's just look at what's real and what's not. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm gonna look at that. But Chris,
and I'm gonna say this because like we've seen the process for this slow burn with going picks only, because we had a long time where free agency wasn't the thing. We had a long time where it was only the draft and practice squad signings, and we saw exactly what that was. Now you're getting to that nitty gritty where you're knowing that, yeah, we're not going to go in like how often we've had 2, as you just said, in 9 years, we've had 2 surefire first rounders that you knew for a fact that we were going to take, and that was going to be it. DeForest Buckner was a first rounder. There you go. See, I appreciate that. DeForest Buckner was a first rounder, but that's just because he was a first rounder that we traded for originally. And I mean, even when you like, I trust Chris Ballard to do everything on the offensive side of the ball, and I don't really trust him to do anything on the defensive side of the ball when it comes to drafting. So as far as I'm concerned, if you're willing to give up a first round pick for a decorated, established defensive player, then so be it. Because I like, honestly, at this point, I'm completely cool with that. Like now, once again, and I'm not looking that far because we still got the rest of the season, and I'm enjoying the season. But we still know that once we get to the draft, if there is going to be anything done in that second, third, fourth round, it's probably going to be to make sure that you're just stacking up more on defense or possibly offense, depending on what the complexion of the offensive line looks like. But as it stands right now, this team is in a window to be able to compete, not just for this year, but for multiple years. And this move not only cemented it, but it also heightened that, because now you know that you're not going to go into these games thinking that, oh, well, we don't know if we're going to be able to cover, X, Y, and Z. Nah, you got 3 corners that you know for a fact are going to be able to stick with these guys and also be able to make sure that they go and that front 7 or that front 4 is going to be able to create pressure. Like Latu next game, if Sauce plays, two more sacks for Latu. Like I like, that's just what I love it.
First
I love
off,
it.
hold on, we got an Omaha Ray. Omaha! He's got to cut the shit. We love them. Let's cut the shit a little bit. But here's what we'll do. Okay.
Ray's a maniac, by the way.
We have traded for Sauce, and that is the high. That is the high of the highs. But you know what? In the words of Dave Chappelle, it's time to eat a little snout, right? And that means we got to talk about what happened in Pittsburgh. And so we're going to transition there, right? And then we're just going to get the obvious out. We suck in Pittsburgh. Our all-time record there is just not good. We haven't won since 2008. This game looked like a normal. It looked like a lot of other Pittsburgh games in which we started out strong. We basically did what we wanted to do, and then we hit a brick wall. You know what I mean? I remember the year that we went out there with Jacoby Brissett. We looked great. Then he hurt his knee, hit a wall. This was similar, just nobody got injured. It was, TJ Watt, like we talked about. He is a game wrecker. He do things that changes everything. And he made that one damn play. Their momentum rose, to an all-time high, and it just seemed like we were just playing mentally catch up the whole time, beating ourselves at every opportunity. Fumble there, throw an interception, miss a block, you name it. And so the game itself, for me, is summed up pretty quickly. I don't want to discredit anything from the Steelers. Steelers crazy. It was great to talk to you guys. You guys kind of hit on some things. They had their own doubts, but you know what? They won that day. And so I give them the credit. But when people say things like we got dominated, when people say things like, they could have ran up the score if they wanted to, the box score doesn't stay that. like dominated means when I look at dominated, and maybe I'm not trying to do the semantic thing, and I'm not trying to play on words, but dominated to me means this: you guys came out with your game plan and completely made our entire existence obsolete. You dominated the trenches. You dominated, we couldn't move the ball. We had several 3 and outs. We punted 6-7 times, plus you did the things you did, i.e. the turnovers. At every opportunity that we were not turning the ball over, we were doing what we wanted to.
Yeah, he does.
The way we started the game, we were doing what we wanted to.
Read this comment, Clyde.
Clyde needs I love Chris Ballard shirt. First off, Peyton, listen, let's talk about some things. If you've been in the spaces, you know that I have been trying to protect my GM. Okay, it's y'all that pile on. You know what I mean? Now, Pat is the ultimate. I love my GM because he calls him his father. I won't do that for no reason. But off my tangent, back on Pittsburgh. So with that, I just wanted to be very clear what I feel like dominated was, and I don't feel like that happened. I know they were up 17-7 for a good portion of the game. I know that there were some garbage time yards. I know all these things, but they kept giving us opportunities to come back and win that game and show how great of a team we could be if we could overcome that many mistakes. But that's just very difficult to do. You know what I mean? And so I think we can all attest to that. It's just very difficult to come back from 6 damn turnovers. But for me, great game, Steelers. And in the words of Belichick now, on to Cincinnati, i.e., a.k.a. Berlin, and on to Atlanta. That's how I feel about it. But, Chris, go ahead. You give your summation of what happened in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we lost. Now, let's go back to Sauce Gardner. It's just let's go on ahead. We lost.
What?
It was a bad game, okay?
Straight out, we lost.
It was, but you know what the crazy thing is? It was like the Steelers, we saw a reappearance of that ghost of what the Steelers were back then, with being an extremely physical team, a team that wasn't afraid to hit, a team that was going to make sure that you got lit up if you weren't securing things the way that you needed to, and that's just what it was. Like I said, I think the stat was that they played man defense. They tried to play defense out of a man look with their blitzing, and it wasn't working out. So they went back to a zone defense where they were blitzing again, and it worked for them to the point where you had Daniel Jones playing uncharacteristic of how he's played this season. Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, it was the worst case scenario. And I think Teresa said
nervous.
This was a trap game.
Why are they nervous? Don't be nervous. You get Omaha for being nervous. This is a safe space. Okay, Chris, my bad.
It's not really that safe. Just telling you.
Very safe. First off, why'd you take off your Colts gear? You don't love them anymore? You don't bleed blue?
It's burning up in this damn place.
Hey, we bleed blue around here. Put the shit back on.
What am I drinking out of? What are you drinking out of? Yeah.
What am I drinking out of? What are you talking about?
Exactly. Nothing.
Oh, he got his Colts cup.
It's probably his spitter, and he don't know. He's gross like that.
I better check it though.
Yeah, look
it's water. It's more water.
That's nasty work. Oh my God, the spitter is so nasty. Get Sauce on the show. Hey, I wish we could get Sauce on the show, Tyler. Because look, I'm sauced out. This is as much sauce we're gonna get right here, man. But we'll definitely try. Can you imagine training camp?
Training camp.
I've already started talking to his brother, so.
Sauce Gardner's brother. How you know that boy? No, I won't ask no questions. Anyway, finish.
Either way. But
you know, DEI's got to do something. So
Pat, I find got so many black people in his phone. They probably this white man. He got so many black agents, cousins, mothers. It's so. I would, listen. Anyway, let me chill.
Hey, I've already told you. Don't call me a cracker. Call me a crouton. I got some flavor to me. I got some flavor to me now.
The 97 in me, Pat strikes again. How you got Sauce Gardner, brother? And he probably do. He's not capping. The dude knows people. It's kind of crazy. But anyway. Go ahead, Chris. I don't even know.
That's crazy work. I don't even. But
right,
honestly,
Omaha the whole panel.
This was No, Omaha, y'all. Omaha,
Omaha the whole shit. Pat, how do you feel about Pittsburgh? How do you feel about Pittsburgh?
They are who they are. We play terrible there, and we played extra terrible Sunday.
Yeah, he is, Chris. And I mean, I feel like
it is. Well, he's not an agent. He's kind of like more of a manager.
Yeah, it's
like a sports manager. But no, Sunday's loss, 100% on us. We didn't come out there. We didn't play our kind of football. Our O-line consistently broke down. We're not used to seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but turning it over 6 freaking times.
Danny didn't
Come
step
on.
up.
I don't think if that's happened before in an NFL game, I guarantee you nobody's come back from that kind of win.
The Lions did last year. They turned it over 5 times.
5. I said 6.
I mean, I get it. But I'm saying 5 offensive turnovers versus, the Josh Allen muff.
And we lost by a touchdown. So spare me all your Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl shit, because they're not.
Nobody said that.
They're not. We beat ourselves with a giant daggum 2x4, man. We beat ourselves, before they
way worse than the Rams game.
So
it was crazy.
And you know what? Luis out in Iowa said, it's not a bad thing to get smacked in the back of the head. Getting ready to start coming down this stretch. Humble these guys a little bit, because
I think
nobody's going to lay down for them.
But I think that's the thing to keep, keep close to abreast. Because what I'm saying and what I'm not saying at the same time, I'm not saying it's okay to lose, but what I'm saying is it's a hard league to play in, and each week it's different. And one thing I don't like that sometimes I fall into the same trap, so I won't sit here and be hypocritical or definitely contradict myself. But it's hard to not look at someone's stats, i.e. came into the game, their defense is ranked like 30th, and think that because our offense is ranked 1 and we've been doing whatever we wanted to, we should just roll right in there and do what we wanted to, just like the Packers did last week when they played them. Well, it's like boxing for me. Styles make fights. You know what I mean? So if a boxer fights somebody, sure, there's things to pick up from, but that doesn't mean that's exactly how it's going to go. Right? Like, he's going to adjust to you differently. And I think that NFL teams do this a lot, especially when there's a history. Like, we've played them now 3 consecutive seasons. Different person at quarterback this year, new pieces here and there for sure. But ultimately, the same core pieces are out there. Jonathan Taylor for us, TJ Watt for them, Michael Pittman for us, Highsmith and Hayward for them. Like, so yeah, we had some new additions and so would they. But I mean, these coaches, listen, they know what's going to happen out there, bro. It's rare that they come out there and be like, oh my God, we had no idea the Colts were going to do this. Like, we had no idea the Steelers were going to do this. Like, nah, I'm going to go on the other side of that and say, look, it's always a chess match, and you got to respect your opponent, regardless of records and stats. But I'll leave it there, because I want to go back to Sauce now, but I want to go back to the other side of the deal. We already talked about the 2 first and said F them picks, but what about AD? Where are we at on that? Let's really open the floor to that. Young player, didn't max his potential here, had the critical mistakes in the Rams game already. Then from that point, adding on to several mistakes he's made over the course of his career, going back last year, and just kind of some plays when he really wasn't locked in, effort, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 some drops. And now we don't get to see that, maturate into what it could be. Are there any heartaches there with losing him? Tyler said goodbye, buddy. Because I got a lot to say on that, but I'm going to go last. Open the door.
Yeah, there's going to be a little love lost, absolutely, because I like the kid. I was not giving up on him. I still think he even his second year, he is a premier route runner. He knows how to get separation. He knows how to open up the space. And honestly, seeing him at the beginning of the season really turn around his gator arms and like, oh man, we got a stud here. We got another stud here. It's going to hurt, but it's not going to be a hurt that is going to hurt us. It's just going to hurt the fan base, because we've still got all our other key pieces right there, and that just opens up the door a little bit more for Doolin and Gold.
Yeah,
and they're both probably quicker than AD is.
I wouldn't say that.
Quicker. Wait a minute. Omaha the shit out of
Yeah, I don't think they're quicker. Yeah, I don't think they're quicker.
I guarantee you, Doolin is.
I don't even think
He's not.
up.
No,
This ain't even opening up opportunities for them. What this does, man, oh my God, I'm gonna hate that I say this because I have been coined and I coined myself as an AR super soldier. But what this does is eliminate a negative aspect of the atmosphere of the Colts and allows us to kind of sweep that under the rug. And I think that that's more of what this is. Plus, the guy does have talent, second round guy, played in the SEC, big games. He has experience, and the Jets need somebody to compliment, Garrett Wilson. So I feel like they definitely was like, yeah, we want the twos, and looking over their glasses, y'all don't really like AD, right? Send that too. But that's I got more to say.
David Putnick.
Give your thoughts on that.
You know what? It honestly, like, I knew that the AD kind of had like fallen out of favor. I like, for me, you knew that the talent was there. I think he made that mistake, and I think maybe like the response to it is the reason why it was like they felt like it was okay to kind of ship him off. I don't feel like I said, I don't feel like, oh yeah, we'll get him the hell out of here, because I never felt that. It's just I hope that he gets that together, because I mean, I don't think that one mistake is going to go and
Omaha,
just completely derail that. But
hold on real quick. Ray has to get Omaha. But go ahead, finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
I couldn't let that one go, Ray. What are you talking about? But anyway, go ahead, Chris.
But I really just do feel like you can't, like, maybe there was things that happened behind the scenes that made it so that he just wasn't able to rebound properly. And if that is the case, then I hope that he finishes that maturation process and that happens. But, like I said, I mean, it is what it is. Like, we've seen how successful we've been with the wide receivers that we have right now. So, I mean, I don't think there's any reason to believe that we won't continue to be successful. So, like I said, I wish him all the best, but
I'll be quick because there's some other things we want to talk about before we get out of here. The way I feel about this is AD was always that cherry on top, because just like what you said, to follow your point, we had already seen the success of Danny Dimes with the receivers that get the attention. Downs, Pierce, Pittman, hell, even Ashton Doolin when he was in there one week. We had seen that, but the AD thing was almost kind of like the Anthony Richardson thing. Oh my God, there's this huge, great moment, and then nothing. You know what I mean? Or several mistakes or whatever you have it. And so it's always like what could have been, but he was not, maturing at the rate of, let's say, a Brian Thomas Jr. He had a great, first year. Now he had the dropsies, to start this season, and he's been in trade talks too, even though he went nowhere. But I'm saying he didn't get out the gates blazing like that. You know what I mean? And so that's why I feel like this was an easier move, because like I said, you got to make some tough decisions. And if those tough decisions are paying the people that you already know can perform versus waiting to see if this guy is going to become what you think he may become, then you go with what you know to be obvious. I don't care what people are talking about when it comes to Michael Pittman and potentially cutting him next year because he's owed $29 million. Do that shit on Madden if you want to. Don't do that in real life. Let my guy stay with this uniform and keep performing for us until he can't, until it's definitely time to move on. But right now that ain't there. And you're going to pay AP. You got to do that. And you're not going to let your probably one of the better slots in the league get away, because he's a route technician. Sure, you can find another slot. We thought we found a pretty good one with Anthony, with Anthony Gould, but we see he's not a route technician like Josh Downs. Josh Downs is an automatic first down. He's an automatic first down. If you let that get out of your offense, you're negligent. So to my point, though I think AD would have been amazing, and I will, think about what could have been, this one is pretty easy for me. I mean, and again, it's you wish the best. Remember, Pat, we talked to him in the summer. He was talking his shit. We seen him making plays after plays at training camp. He was definitely trending in the right direction. And then the Black Sunday happened, and it is what it is. And we see now with this team, and we can only focus on our team, they're going to hold you accountable, bro.
Absolutely.
Like at a higher clip than maybe other organizations might do. And maybe that is because we got fresh new blood, running things or whatever it may have you. But to trade a second round pick in year 2, sheesh. Sheesh. And I think you just got to leave it there. I won't be here Thursday. So I'm going to pop off right now. I did say we was going to have our first 100-yard guy, and we end up having 2. But I did say it would be Michael Pittman with 7 catches and 100 plus. He had 9 for 115. And then, Alex said, fuck it, I'll get 115 too on like 8 catches. So just want to put that out there, Chris, because your month is over. And now I'll do a little gloating. My dog.
Okay.
That's early. That's way early. I'm sorry. It's way out, but I had to put it out there. Because I wouldn't get to talk my shit on Thursday night.
I get it, Clyde. It's about time. You've been striking out. I mean, you finally hit one.
Striking out is crazy.
You know what they say. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
I mean, I get it, man. But you know what? I actually make the sick picks. You kind of make the Chris picks. Which are pretty basic. Basic B picks. But
is
anyway,
is that going to be a new segment on Thursday? Chris's picks.
The Chris picks.
No,
the basic B picks.
Hey, Sammy. Let's talk.
I'm making them basic B picks. Anyway, look here, man.
This man said Daniel Jones going to throw for 500. Then wonder it's just like he only threw for 270. So you really thought he was going to throw for 500?
No. I never said that. I said 250 and 4. He went for 275 and 3, and then the next week I came back and said 225 and 3, and he went for like 220. He went for like 250
and 2. Down? Kick it up a notch.
Well, I don't even want to talk about mine.
Yeah, because you just be saying shit. You just be.
Let's move on from this topic.
Yeah, we should. Okay, so here's the deal. Now let's have some engagement, man, because there was a lot of questions rolling in, and I want to make sure we get to those questions and answer them.
Everybody on YouTube's absolutely killing it tonight. Appreciate you guys out there.
Let's run them back, Sammy. Let's run them back. Let's try to get as many as we can.
Yeah, because we got a shit ton of them. By the way, while we're pulling those up, hey, shout out to Jacob, Stacy, Teresa, Chris, Brian, Zach, Nathan, Drop Step Turkey, Peyton, Brandon, Dronny, Ricky, Mike, Rev. I think that might be. I don't even know if that's Evan or not, but either way, I think that's Evan. Sean, a lot of people. Love y'all. Raheem, Joe or Camacho, Joe, Brent, Daniel, Ray, all the people like Milo. It's Jets fleeced. Cool. Yeah.
I seen that. That was funny. Jets fleeced.
Yeah, it's like Darren, Tyler. I think I said Daniel. If not Daniel, Luis, Ronnie, hey,
that wasn't a question.
Every damn body, Adam,
yeah.
Front row. Listen, everybody tapping in right now.
Subscribe,
we appreciate y'all,
and tell a friend. This is the Coach Show you do not want to miss weekly. With this move, it proves that Carly want to win, and now F them picks. Okay, absolutely, Teresa.
Yes.
Les Snead is in the building. He just looks like Chris Ballard now. Next one, what we got next? We are taking a big hit. Well, we aren't taking a big hit yet. Chris broke that down. Yeah, and I mean, by the time it's time for him to really get the big bucks, he'll be 30 years old, and maybe it'd be time to think about what's next. But definitely, I think that was part of it. I think Chris is if Chris Ballard is giving up that much draft capital, the math you already know has been calculated and ran again, because that's one thing that he does, and we have seen him have so much cap and not want to spend it. So I definitely know that he considered that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
with all the things that he wants to do.
And he said that he'd been working on this for weeks now. So this was something where, like, from a semantic standpoint, you know that they had to discuss it because, like I said, the money had to make sense. The picks had to make sense. Whatever you believe, like, everything had to kind of make sense for how they were going to get everything. And not only that, but the thing is, the Jets were giving up one of their best defensive players and taking that cap hit when they just signed him months ago.
He's the best player on their team.
Listen, bro.
I'm gonna. So
Garrett Wilson is probably 1A.
No, well, I'm. So for me, the best player on their defense, to me, is Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams is the best defensive player that they have, and then right there is Sauce. So yeah, so like I said, they got rid of both their. They got rid of their defense in one day,
which is
congratulations.
Wild,
we got one of them.
When you have a defensive-minded coach at that too, but this is not a Jets show, so guess what?
Oh, that's a great idea,
one cares.
Ray said we need to get those F them picks T-shirts for the Texans game.
F them picks. Okay, can we get some F them picks T-shirts for the Houston game November 30th? I mean, yeah, man, make a T-shirt, bro. Yeah, do your thing. If you got a cricket, make it. You got a cricket, make it.
You can make them on Etsy.
I seen a lot of actual questions. I feel like we're only getting statements. Do you see the questions, Sammy? It was like during, when we were discussing like Sauce and a little bit when we went to Pittsburgh and that type of thing.
Well, I think Teresa did ask one question, and that was an interesting one. It was, do you think giving up the number one, giving up the first round pick means we're going to invest in Indiana Jones?
Absolutely, solidified.
100%.
Yeah.
You don't.
I think we covered that a couple of weeks ago when it was just me and Chris, because he came out with a football camp schedule for here in Indianapolis, and they're like, there's no way somebody's going to set that up when they know they're not sticking around.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, true.
To me, that's a telltale sign.
But this definitely solidifies that, because again, you don't want to go into a situation where you're plugging and playing with, the quarterback situation again. Like, that's just dead. That's a dead thing. We've done that for a decade. That's over with. So you solidify it. You make this type of move, you're saying, I really rolling with my guys. Like, if there's ever a time to replay, Chris Ballard said, we like our guys, put that shit on repeat right now. Yeah. Because this is the time to really like your guys. The 22 potential starters that are the true starters, not what we've been, bringing out there on defense, but the 22 that are potentially the starters. Boy, listen, in some way, shape, or form, in some fashion, you have to look at who these guys are. They might not be number one in the NFL here, there, and everywhere, but these are not guys to take lightly. The weak spots on our team, I'd probably say other starters. Kwity Paye, we already know you're gonna razz him. The linebacking core, Jermaine Pratt, he's looked better, but potentially Jermaine Pratt. And then you pretty much got to leave our defense the fuck alone after that, because Grover, Latu, Buck, Z, Kenny, Chevere, Mooney Ward, now Sauce, Nick Cross, and Bynum. What? What? What do you mean?
Ain't Cross in his contract year?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this is a contract year. Yeah.
I mean, that's a discussion for a different day, and I don't want to shit on Nick Cross in the sense because some people say it too lightly, but I'm not going to mince words. I do feel like if there's somebody that is replaceable, it is him, because he is a box safety, which is really good at his job. He has gotten better at coverage, but he has struggled mightily with coverage since he's been here. And I just don't know if he gets top dollar, safety money. Now, if he comes to the table, right, if he comes to the table and it's something that you like, okay, yeah, we can make a reasonable deal, then, I mean, it is what it is. But whatever top dollar safety is, you just can't do it because he's not an all-purpose safety. You know what I mean? But he's going to eat while he's here. My God, he's going to eat while especially with Sauce now, man, you can really make him a box safety and blitz him a lot more and just allow Cam Bynum to go back there and roam, because you got three corners now. Kenny, Sauce, and Mooney really handling shit, man. I'm telling you, he basically becomes another linebacker. I'm super excited to see this shit. I'm about to just load up Madden and continuously get beat because I'm terrible at the game, but it's going to look cool. Okay, whatever. You haven't even seen me play yet.
I don't have to. You think.
Okay.
But here we got some more. But they said Ronnie said, when is Ward coming off of IR? He'll be available for the Chiefs game.
Chiefs.
So, but has his window opened? Like, how does that work?
His window. Well. So the thing is, it's 4 weeks. It's not 4 playing weeks. It's 4 weeks period.
Okay.
So based on when he went on, his 4 weeks will be weeks 8 through 11. We
Okay.
play the Chiefs week 12.
Okay.
So he'll be able to practice coming into that
week.
game or coming into into week 12. So that's when he'll be able to come off of IR so that he can go ahead and play and do what he needs to do. So
let me ask you this before you get into that question really quick. Do you think that was more precautionary because he had already had one, more so than he's really just been sitting on the couch for 4 weeks like a vegetable?
Yes, no, I think it's precautionary and also the severity of it, because remember at that time I think he was out, like he was knocked out because of what happened. So like tree is
unintended. He ran into a
like
tree.
He's big group, so that's that's what it is.
Like, whoa! Watch your mouth, son. Big group. Anyway, go ahead. What was that next question?
So then I think this is Evan. Evan, what's up? Welcome. He said, do you guys feel like Sauce is a good fit for Lou's scheme? Is he a great fit?
Great fit.
Because
phenomenal you need him to play. Yeah, you need him to be able to go into man-to-man matchups and it not be a liability. It's one thing when you can do it, but it's kind of a liability. It's another thing when you can do it and you're comfortable doing it. You're comfortable being on the island. You're comfortable living with the results of the situation. Because one thing we haven't talked about, just really briefly, is Sauce has been a little handsy. There's some PIs that have been called on him. There's some holds that have been called on him. And so people that are going to take shots at this and say we overpaid, they aim at that, and they aim at the number of interceptions that he has over his entire career and all these other things. But then they forget that, he wins more battles than he loses.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's what a lockdown corner is. So in this defense, when we want to pressure and we're going to generate pressure unconventionally, like, bringing the box safety down and blitzing nickels all the time, and we're not getting maybe the enough pressure up front with our front four, you got to trust your guys. And remember what we seen in those games, even though we were winning them early games, when we didn't have that trust in the secondary, when we had that game, no Kenny, no Mooney, definitely no Jalen Jones, like Lou was playing a lot of zone, just falling back. Rams game, oh shit, bro, it was just like, hey man, because of course Xavier was getting beat so bad. But the game after that, when we had nobody for those first 2 weeks, where we had nobody, oh my God, he was playing it so safe because he didn't trust them. And so that's what's going to change. That's my viewpoint on that. What do you guys got on that?
I mean, honestly, I think Sauce is somebody who can absolutely be a physical corner. And so, like, Lou requires guys in his system to be able to handle that physicality, handle that press. 9 times out of 10, you're going to see that they have to play man zone and press. I feel like you 100% trust him to kind of be on an island. Now, here's where the part is interesting, because you know that you can put Ward on number ones. He's proven throughout the season that you can put him on number ones, and he's going to phase those number ones out. Now, you have Sauce covering number twos, where he was already covering number ones. So now those number twos that he's going to be covering, he's
irrelevant,
going to be able to cover those numbers. So now you are going to have to either go to a lot of slot, to which Kenny is going to cover. And then on top of that, if you have a tight end, guess what? If you decide to go with the dime look, where you decide to go with a 4 cornerback dime look, you have Jalen Jones covering a tight end.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
This is fucking phenomenal. I love it.
This shit is not like, to be a Colts fan right now and really be like, wait a minute. Like, because this is just not who we are. And I'm telling you right now, if you want to make something really start to become something more, there has to be an energy there. We have that player now. I love all the swag that our normal guys have had. Kenny is the most swag dude that probably has walked in that building prior to Sauce. If you want to start talking about the future and what it might look like now, Indy might be a destination, bro, because we're not fucking around no more. And Carly's not like we're just going to be the middle of the pack team where we work hard because our city works hard. Yeah, we're going to work hard, but we're going to win a lot too. We about to start winning a lot more too. that and the Pacers and the Fever and everything else, like they didn't want to be the team that is like kind of like left out of that. You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute, like, damn, I know it's a basketball town, but
we're a
shit, we
great
used to play
sports
football here
town,
too.
except for the Colts.
Except for the
have
Colts,
that.
right?
Hell
Like,
no.
hell no. She's got to compete with those other, owners. And I think that she is in a very, very humbly competitive way. And this is great, man. This is great. So look, what a show. We got to do our things to close it down. I wish we could talk forever. Another great show is coming on tonight. Horseshoe Mob Podcast. Tune into those guys, Josh and the boys. They'll give their own synopsis of this. So many people have been posting on Twitter and everything. So shout out to everybody that's been doing the things that are Colts things and keeping everybody up to date. We just doing our thing now. So Chris, if you could please go ahead and become a Cialis guy.
Yes, sponsored by Clyde's favorite drug. Please make sure that you bring up the our handles. Oh, you already had. See, look, Sammy's on it, right? And thank you for that, Sammy. So
that's because the last show was so crazy. It's so spooky and eerie.
Yes. Oh yeah. By the way, Stacy said that Uncle P is Colton's fave and Chris. So yeah, that's the one for you, Clyde. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at CJ Colts fan. Where can the people find you, fellas?
First off, Stacy, you're gonna cut the shit. I seen the turkey leg thing too. You know what?
The turkey leg.
We love all of y'all, so I'm just gonna keep it rolling. But yes, you can find do the turkey leg is crazy. You can find me at Coach Clyde on X.
You can find me at Colts Crow Eater on X.
Jesus,
it can't get worse than that.
Bring up the podcast page, please.
That's what you said about my last name.
Yeah, but they're
bad. All bad names. And you can find us at Sick Pod Colts, where you'll be able to find clips of this episode and past episodes, on top of being able to like, comment, share, do all the things whenever breaking news hits. We want to make sure we get that to you guys as soon as possible. And you can also catch us or catch the recording of this tomorrow on z103.com. You can download the app. It should be in your app store. When you go to z103.com, you can listen to the replay of this at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central.
Time out. X103. I don't believe we're going to be on X103 this week. The station manager Monty, is taking off for an anniversary week.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
I don't think they'll be able to get our recordings in on their timeline with the people that'll be manning the radio stations. So if we're not on Z103 this week, we'll be back on next week when Monty gets done celebrating his anniversary. And congratulations, happy anniversary, Monty, and your wife.
Absolutely. And so with that being said, you can then catch us on Mix 105. Then are we not going to do that one either?
No, we'll do that one.
Okay, cool.
He ain't going nowhere.
Okay, cool. Okay, fantastic.
Austin's sticking around.
Yes, and then also you can catch us on VIP One Lounge Extra. That's our UK radio station. You can catch us there at whatever UK time is. I believe that's 5 o'clock Eastern for us. So you can catch us over there as well. And then please bring up Visit Indy for me. Yes. So if you scan the QR code, Visit Indy, you'll be able to see everything going on in the Indianapolis area. Games, like I said, the Pacers are back in season. You'll also be able to get festivals, restaurants, everything going on. The holiday season is coming up. Like I said, we're T-minus 3 weeks away from Thanksgiving. So you'll be able to see like what's going on in those areas. Definitely scan that barcode. Go to the Visit Indy app if you're in the Indy area, and you'll be able to see everything that you need to. And this one is for everybody. Please bring up Fitballer. So yes, Fitballer, when you scan that QR code, you're going to get a Google form. Fill out the information, okay? Because Colts fans, this one's for you. Fitballer and the Sick Podcast Anvil Show are giving away a signed Tyler Warren jersey, signed by Tyler Warren himself. It's not a Tyler Warren jersey signed by Clyde. That's not what that is. Okay. This is going to be a signed Tyler Warren jersey that you'll be able to win. You just have to fill out that form, or I'm going to say fill out the Google form, and make sure that you get that submitted once you scan the QR code. So you'll be able to be entered in to win. The winner will be announced this Monday coming up, November 10th. So if you haven't done it already, make sure that you fill that form out so that way you can make sure that you're entered in to win.
Why ain't we announcing it on Tuesday live?
Can you let the man finish?
It's like you. This is twice
He
now.
uses you
This
like
is
a
twice
punching bag all night long, and you're going to defend him.
No, who? Him?
You use Clyde as a punching bag.
First
And
off,
Clyde
Paul, Chris, can you finish what you're doing?
And now guess what? Now we're at an hour, and Sammy's going to say that we need to be under an hour when you're cutting me off from getting to an hour.
And I still got like a minute of shit to say.
Blame the DEI guy. Go ahead.
By the way, sponsored by Fit Baller, the football fitness app built for guys and women who want to be part of a team and get healthy again. So make sure you scan that. Look into Fit Baller. Fit Baller has a lot of great plans. They have a lot of great things in place. So if you're looking to lose weight and all that, definitely go with Fit Baller. Clyde, what you got?
Hey, man, all I want to say is I can't wait till the Sauce Gardner jerseys release because I'll be getting one immediately. And shout out to Thomas, who's already headed over the pond to get to Berlin. I take off tomorrow afternoonish, and I should be there early Thursday. We will be bringing you coverage and stuff, interviews and things like that live on location. So it's going to be exciting and super great. Can't wait to do it. Go Colts. Let's make this shit shake. Sammy, take us home, please.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast and Bill Show on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.